All right, guys. This is about bow tips. The first thing we're going to work on is how to hold your bow. So if you just have taken the bow seminar or would like to start doing the bow staff, there's a couple basic strikes you need to learn. The first one is called a down strike. Now, when we hold our bow, I'm going to use a traditional bow, which is a long, very heavy bow. I want my right hand to be up. I want my left hand to be down. The grip of the bow staff is always pull or push. That way we can block or we can strike. When we step out for a down strike, we want to be in a front stance, and we're going to step out with our right leg. So when I step out, I want to make sure my right knee is bent, my back leg is locked. Again, my right leg is bent, my left leg is locked. Now when I position for my down strike, I'm going to bring the bow up to my right shoulder. Notice how my elbow is up. The bow is straight. I don't want it down, and I don't want it up. So from this position, as I grab my bow, I bring it up so it's straight. So it looks forward like this. From behind, it looks like this. When I step with my down strike, I want to make sure I'm only striking to my eye level. I'm striking to someone's shoulder blade or the neck. So as I step out, I'm going to snap my wrist down. My wrist is going to go down. My palm is not going to be like this, up. It's going to be down. The other hand's going to go all the way to the chamber by your belt. So when I step out, I snap the bow. This is here by the chamber. The other one, my palm is down. The bow is even at an angle. So again, as I recover, come back, come up, and step and strike. Again, up and strike. Front view facing each other. Step, strike. Shoulder towards my bow staff. Back up. This hand is important. It needs to be relaxed. It slides. The other hand secures your weapon firmly. So this hand can move. This hand actually rotates down. Once my hand is by my chamber, I lock it out. Going with me. Let's try 3. Ready? Step 1. Make sure to get front stance. This hand, chamber. Back up. Again. Ready? 2. Back up. Again. Ready? 3. Back up. Remember how to secure your weapon. Bring it up. Straight. Feet together, hands together when you bow. And always bow. Let's go on another basic strike, our cross strike. So our down strike was going down. Our cross strike is going horizontal, sideways, like the sunset. It goes across straight. Don't go at an angle. It goes straight. So it's real simple. I can start with my feet shoulder width apart. I can put my bow underneath my left armpit. Grab my bow. So from the front, it looks like this. I bring my bow up to my shoulder. Pull it underneath my armpit. Cross strike. Again, up. Pull underneath my arm. Up to my shoulder. Pull underneath my arm. From the side. Up to my shoulder. Pull underneath my arm. Up to my shoulder. Pull underneath my arm. Up to my shoulder. Pull underneath my arm. Now from the back side. Up to my shoulder. Underneath my arm. Up to my shoulder. Across to my arm. Now, of course, I can combine this or mix this with my down strike. So I may go down strike. Bring it up to my shoulder. Cross strike. Again, back up. Down strike. Up. Cross strike. Back up. From this side. Down strike in my front stance. Chamber hand locked by my hip. Up to my shoulder. And horizontal. Straight across. I want to make sure I pull the bow in to my rib cage. So I have a firm grip. This could be either a block or a strike. And back up. Now, when we do a cross strike, I can also work it from a horse stance. Now, step back a little bit. My knees are going to be bent. My back is straight. I'm going to start with bow underneath my left arm. My bow is straight. I bring it up while maintaining my stances. I'll feel a little bit of my legs. Cross, up, cross, up. You want to breathe out when you strike. Now we can combine their stances. We can go from a front stance, down strike, into a horse stance, up, cross strike, back to a down strike. So again, we know a down strike, eye level, backhand by the chamber, we step out with a right leg in a front stance. Cross strike can be from a front stance. It can be from a horse stance. It can be from a standing position. Now let's work on a figure eight. A figure eight basically is going to go the direction of the number 8, but sideways. So what I'll do to do the figure eight, some of you may be right-handed, some people may be left-handed, whichever way you feel comfortable. So if I'm going to do a right-handed figure eight, I want to have my right arm out and my body sideways. If I face forward, I run the risk of hitting myself with my bow staff. So I'd much rather stay sideways when I spin the bow. It's safer. It rotates on either side of my body. I'm using my wrist, and I'm drawing an 8. I'm just relaxing. If I do it with my left hand, I'm going to grab the bow where center is, and just a little higher up. Turn my body sideways. I'm going to tip it sideways and start my 8. Down, up, and around. Down, up, and around. From the side. Down, up, and around. I can practice movement with it. Forward or backwards. I can practice switching hands. Changing directions. Going into my down strike. Going into my figure eight into a cross strike. These are things you want to work on with the bow. Now, if you want to work on a few coordination drills that are a little bit tricky, we have the simple wrist roll and a palm spin. Once again, I'm demonstrating this with large weapons so you can see it on the video camera. When you compete or when you do the bow staff, you want to have what you call a toothpick bow, our contemporary weapon. It's much easier and you're much able to do the drills at a faster speed of rate or faster. So make sure you have a toothpick bow, but I'm just showing a traditional bow for the video. The wrist roll. Pick a hand you want to do the spin roll. So I'm going to choose my left. Basically the bow is going to roll over the top of my wrist or knuckles. I'm going to rotate it and grab it where it was. So I have to rotate the bow and release it and grab it again. Again, I'm going to spin the bow, release it, and grab it again. From the side, my hand is out, I rotate it, grab it. Again. Now I can practice my wrist roll into any of my strikes. I can move while doing my wrist roll side to side to add a little flash. So I may go back and go down strike. I may start forward and go back and spin into down strike. Another thing we do is called a palm spin. Think of it like you're holding something over your head, like a pizza. Right here. I'm going to have my bow above. I'm going to rotate it, opening my hand, and it rotates, and I grab it. I can go back into my cross strike. So I'm going to have my bow up, above my head. I rotate my wrist, open my palm, it spins, and I grab it. So my goal is to feel my bounce point. So I might use 2 hands, one to push the bow to get started. And it spins. And I strike. Again, up, spin, open, cross. Again, up, spin, cross. See how many spins you can get before you drop your bow.